Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Guruve Namaha. Acharya Mam Vijaniyan Navamanyeta Karhichit Namartya Buddhya Suyeta Sarvadeva Mayo Guru. हे अकारण करुणा पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण, तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण अनादिकाल से हमने अनंत अनंत दुख पाए एवं पा रहे हैं। पाप करते करते अंतःकरण इतना मलिन हो चुका है कि रसिकों द्वारा यह जान भी अपने भुजाओं के पसारे अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता। O my divine beloved, causelessly merciful Sri Krishna, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, having ignored you since time immemorial, I have been suffering due to sins committed lifetime after lifetime, which have made my mind so impure. Even though your saints are telling me you're waiting for me with arms outstretched to embrace me, still I fail to surrender to you completely. All glories to Sri Radheshyam, all glories to all saints and sages, all glories to the devas, all glories to all aspiring souls. Thank you for joining me. Signs that the mind is getting clean, the mind is getting purified. In the beginning, we practice devotion to God, and as our devotion is sincere, we are keeping the commandments, we are doing that which pleases God, we are avoiding that which displeases God. Then by this sincere practice, the mind begins to get clean, and there are signs that we can check ourselves if this is really happening, if our mind is getting clean. So sadhana, this practice, the word sadhana, means to practice. And what are we practicing? Devotion to God. This practice of devotion to God is the means by which we purify the mind. So bhakti has two facets: that which we practice and that which we receive at the end of our practice. One is called sadhana bhakti, meaning the practice of loving God, and the other is called siddh bhakti, prem bhakti, which means that divine love which we receive from God and Guru that will then forever remain with us. So first we naturally have to practice before we reach prem bhakti. And you can also say that sadhana has two facets. This practice has two facets. Again and again the mind will run back to what it's attached to, which is the world. What is the world? Mother, father, wife, children, money, car, house, land, friends, whatever is related to your body. That is the world. And we are trying to bring God in our mind, but you will find that even when you're in the mandir, the churches, or in the mosque, the world comes into your mind because you are attached to everything that's related to your body, which means the world. You are you and I are attached to the world. So what you're attached to will come into your mind spontaneously. So our business is to replace the world with God. And so in the beginning, you will try it. You bring your mind to God. You bring God's names, forms, qualities, pastimes, attributes, saints into your mind. And naturally, because you're already attached to the world, the mind will run to the world. The mind will not run to God in the beginning, because the mind is not attached to the world, to God. The mind is attached to the world. So where it's attached, that's where it will go. So you will have to make great effort in the beginning to bring the mind back from the thoughts of the world to thoughts of God. Bringing God's names, forms, qualities, pastimes, attributes, and His saints, His abodes. These are the area of God into your mind again and again. Because God is pure, the mind begins to get purified when you bring the name, qualities, forms, attributes, pastimes, the saints of God. You take from their example, the abodes of God. When you indulge in hearing God's qualities, names, forms, pastimes, when you begin to repeat those qualities, forms, names, pastimes as a discussion, when you begin to remember again and again, as you bring God into your mind again and again, because God is pure, the mind gets purified. If the mind remains in the world is still impure. I am impure, and everybody you know is yet impure. All of us have lust, greed, anger, hate, malice, spite, envy. All of us. While we are attached to the world, the mind remains all of these generals, these spirit. There are various spirits: spirits of lust, spirit of greed, spirit of anger, spirits of malice, spirits of hate. They remain in the mind. Before God realization, everyone is susceptible to these qualities. Why? Because you are not yet liberated from these qualities, and you can only become liberated from these qualities when the mind is completely purified. God will give you His divine power, and from then on, forevermore, the mind will remain pure. But before then, we have to make effort to give up wrongdoing so that the mind, along with God's grace, will get purified. So, the spirits of evil are still sitting in our heart. Maybe right now you're not experiencing lust because there's no cause for lust right now. But if you watch pornography, definitely you will inspire lust in you. If someone abuses you and is offensive to you, immediately the spirit of anger rises up and takes you over. Isn't it? If you're not experiencing lust, greed, anger, hate, malice, spite right now, it's because you're not experiencing the cause, which can come from outside of you or inside of you. So the signs that the mind is getting purified are: 1, Shantir. Shantir means peace of mind. In spite of there being a cause for you to be angry, you're not angry. This is a wonderful experience. There is a cause to be angry, and you're not getting angry. Someone is abusing you. Someone is blaspheming you. Someone is saying hurtful things to you, and yet you're not getting angry. It means the devotion that you are practicing is bearing its fruit. Your mind is getting clean. the general of the spirit of anger is being subdued by your spiritual strength. By the grace of God, you're getting cleaned up. So this is the first sign that your mind is getting purified. There is a cause for anger, and yet you're not getting angry. The second sign is avyarta kalitvam. Kal means time. You develop a great distaste for discussing the subject of the world, politics, what someone is doing, what that person is doing. Gossip becomes distasteful to you. You don't want to hear about anyone's bad deeds. You don't want anyone to discuss anyone's faults. You don't want to discuss worldly things. You have now developed the taste for only spending time, which is the most precious commodity, the most precious resource you have. Because we don't know when we can die. I can die today. We don't know. So you start to realize the value of time, and you don't want to waste it behind mundane discussions. You make God your subject matter. Makchitaha madgatha prana bodhayantaya parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushanti cha ramanti cha. In the Gita, Sri Krishna says, those devotees whose minds are attached to me, they always speak of me, enlightening one another of my glories. You don't want to speak about the glories of anyone or the faults of anyone. You'd rather speak of God's glories and qualities and pastimes. They speak of my glories, enlightening one another. And this gives them the greatest delight. And they find complete satisfaction, contentment in just speaking and hearing of God. Just as wicked people find contentment and delight in finding the faults of others and making mockery of others, we find delight and contentment in discussing God. So you have great understanding of the value of time. The third is vairag, detachment. Detachment does not mean that you leave society and run into the forest and renounce everything in the world. No. Detachment means you live in the world, but you renounce the fruits of your labor. You perform all your duties to whoever you're affiliated with. You have wife, children, mother, father. You're doing a duty which you're obligated to perform for the group of people that is the makeup of your family. You perform your duty, but you do it for the pleasure of God. You work and earn money, not for your own enjoyment. You cook food, not for your own selfish enjoyment. Everything you do it with a selfless mental disposition. I'm doing this to please God. I'm not doing it just to satisfy my own pleasures. This is detachment. It's like living in the world, but the world is not living in you. You're not attached to the world. You see, there's two worlds. The external world are made up of the things that the inner world, called the mind, develops attachment for. Things to see, taste, touch, smell, feel, hear. These are the things that are in the external world that we get attached to, and we keep that attachment is from the inner world, the world of our mind. which is really what causes us grief or sorrow or enjoyment. It's the inner world, the way you think of things. And your attachment can create great misery for you because you're thinking it's my own. Like if you think this property that you have is my own, then if you lose it, what will happen? But if you think it belongs to God and He has just lent it to me, then if He gave it to me and He take it back, it's not my property, it belongs to God. He has a reason why He has taken it back from me. So this is a sign the mind is getting pure, that you feel nothing is my own, it belongs to God, and this wife, children, everybody is God's children, and I'm just a husbandman. I am obligated to care for them. I'm a steward of God's property. It's like Ramakrishna Paramhans said, the boat is in the water, but the water is not in the boat. This is what detachment means. So you live in the world, but the world is not living in your mind. God is living in your mind. So manya shunyata is another sign. It means that you have no desire for respect. You see, most of us being egocentric, we do things and we live for self-importance. Some of us, we want to be famous. We want to be have a high position in society among others. We do things, we buy expensive things so that others can see what we have. We are living for self-respect. But a man who is truly his mind, someone whose mind is getting purified, is not living for self-respect. He doesn't consider himself important. He sees himself as where God's kingdom is concerned. He sees himself as an insignificant grain of dust in the big picture. If you've ever seen a picture of the universe and you see the Milky Way galaxy, the Earth is just on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy, on the outer belt of the galaxy, and the entire Earth looks just like a speck of dust. And we are on that speck of dust, so imagine how small a speck we are. You see yourself as insignificant, and whatever talent you may have, whatever ability, whatever knowledge you have, whatever strength you have, you don't consider it's yours, that it's the grace of God. And in the scriptures, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, whatever talent you see, whatever beauty you see, whatever strength you see, whatever wisdom you see, whatever ability you see in man, know that it's just a symptom of my abilities. So always feeling that you're insignificant and you desire no respect. Amanina manadina kirtanyaha saraha harihi. You have the disposition in which Sri Chaitanya is saying that you desire no respect. Manadena, and you're willing to give respect to all others. You know, we have a tendency, if someone says good morning and we say good morning to them, and tomorrow I say good morning to them and they ignore me, the next day I probably don't want to say good morning anymore. Because we give respect only to those who give us respect. But here, true humility, the Lord is saying, give respect without the expectation of respect. See God in everyone. Don't care about their reaction or behavior. You care about how you are thinking only. So, The desire for no respect is important. It's a sign that the mind is getting purified. Asha bandha. Asha bandha means one has complete faith. Bhagavan, God lives in the form of energy that pervades the entire universes, all the countless galaxies. His energy permeates and pervades. That energy is a light that is invisible to these eyes, which can only see one spectrum of light called visible light. But that spectrum of light called Brahman, it pervades and permeates everything and is the sustainer. It's the support of all that you see, hear, taste, touch, smell, feel. It's the cause of gravity. It's the cause of electromagnetism. It's the cause of atoms, protons, neutrons. It's the finest of fine substances, and it's immovable, and it permeates and pervades everything. That's one aspect of God. And the second aspect is that he resides in each soul. He is the soul of each soul. Without his presence in each soul, the soul has no life. He is the source of our life. He is the source of our consciousness. We are conscious, and God is the consciousness of the conscious soul. So he resides in each heart. So we have to have the feeling that God is with me. He's my protector. He's my guide. You have to practice his presence and have faith in his protection and in his guidance. Speak to him. Speak to him daily that, my Lord, let's go to work. We have this to do. Please assist me. Speak to him. Include God as your co-worker. He is with you. Know ye not that the kingdom of God is within? Foolish people are still waiting for the kingdom of God to be seen in the sky descending. Or they're looking up into the sky when they're thinking of God. No. The kingdom of God is within you already. It's just that you're not practicing awareness of that fact. Then how can you be cognizant of that? You have to practice the awareness that God is with you. Then you will begin to realize he's with you, and then you will have great faith in his protection, in his guidance, and in his presence. So that's Asha Bandha, complete faith. Samudha Kanta is another symptom, which means you will develop a great yearning for God. Having understood the value of God, having understood the value of this human form, which presents an opportunity to end the cycle of repeated birth and death, having understood the value of this human form, which can allow you to experience God personally, to attain divine bliss, which will now allow you to experience joy forevermore. Forevermore, you'll be free of lust, greed, anger, hate, malice, spite. Having understood this, you will develop a great yearning for God. Just like a deer that's in the desert, panting for thirst, what will the deer be thinking of? Only water, water, water. The only thing on the mind will be water, water. In the same way, when you truly understand the opportunity that you're given in this human form, you will only be thinking God, God, God. There will be a yearning, a thirst, and a hunger for God. This is another sign that the mind is getting purified. Another sign the mind is getting purified is Namagana, chanting the names, singing the names of glories and pastimes of God. Sadaruchi, you are experiencing greater and greater joy when you sing of God's names, glories, and pastimes. Namaruchi, kirtan becomes exceedingly sweeter and sweeter, and you have an appetite for it, an ever-growing appetite for more and more, hearing, chanting, and glorifying God's name, qualities, and pastimes. Another symptom is pritistadvasatistale, which means the places of God's pastimes becomes very dear to you. Vrindavan, Ayodhya, Mayapur, Sringaverapur, where Sita, Ram, and Lakshman crossed to go to the forest in their banishment. When Ram was banished, Lakshman and Sita accompanied him, claiming that they couldn't live without him. That's love. Love means the one that you love, you don't want to spend the day apart from them. True love means you don't care what they do. My business is that I love them. Their happiness is my happiness. That's true love. And there the boatman claimed, if I don't wash your feet, you can't enter my boat. Very clever boy. He wanted the opportunity to wash the feet of the Lord. Feet washing is as ancient as the earth. Billions of years it has been practiced. It's why Jesus showed this practice to his followers. He understood this is necessary. To be humble is necessary, and it's the most humbling thing to do is to wash the feet of another. And he wanted to teach this to his followers, and he had this teaching when he lived in India. 6 years he lived in Jagannath Puri. He also lived in Ladakh, and at the age of 12 his missing years were spent. He stayed on the ancient Silk Road, and he found his way all the way to India because he was a seeker. All of us must become seekers. Another symptom is asaktis gunakanye, which means the names, forms, qualities, pastimes, attributes, saints, and places of abode of the Lord become very dear to us. These are 9 signs that is written in the Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami's Nectar of Devotion, that you yourself can review and think about it, and may the Lord bless you. May Shri Radha Shyam bless you and help you to experience this emotional intelligence which comes from the purification of your mind. Emotional intelligence means there is a cause for anger and you're not getting angry. You don't want to be proud. You want to be humble. This is all emotional intelligence, which means that your practice is bearing fruit. The mind is not yet completely pure. God realization has not been achieved, but you're getting there. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Radhe.
That was a paid program, and the views and opinions expressed are those of the host and other speakers and do not reflect the views and opinions of TVG Channel 28.